Good morning all, it's Lynn here from Destiny Fulfilled. Today's video is for the new moon, which is coming up in Australia on the 17th of October, and I believe in the Northern Hemisphere you'll be getting it on the 16th of October. So this is a new moon in Libra. And so Libra is all about balance, fairness and justice. So these are some of the values and thoughts that we might want to keep in mind during this new moon period. However, this new moon brings with it some really heated energies, which could cause some tension and conflicts, or alternatively, it could bring about lethargy and heaviness. You know, that real blah feeling that you get when you just don't have the energy to really do it much at all. But this new moon reminds us to step out of the shame and blame game and to stand firm in our true selves. We need to be grounded and be looking after ourselves really well during this time so that our cups are full and then we are able to help others. You know, we can't help others when our cups are empty. We just can't do it. You need to be able to fill yourself up, recharge yourself, and make you yourself feel well, strong and grounded to be able to help others. So try and keep your focus on the more stable and nurturing energies as these more volatile energies play out in the wider, the wider public arena. But most of all, you know, be gentle with yourself during this time. And I'll move on now to the setting up my space and shuffling and dealing the cards, which I'll fast forward to you. All the timestamps are in the description box below. If you would like to support my channel in any way, the details are there in the description box below as well. If you would like a private reading, again, the details of how to contact me and how to book those readings are in the description box below. Anyway, I'll get to it now and I'll see you at the pick-a-pile portion of this reading. Welcome back, everybody. This is the pick a card portion of the reading. Now, I'll put some crystals out. So that's amethyst, malachite, sodalite, and I'm pretty sure that's orange calcite. So I'll show you. Group 1 has the amethyst. Group 2 has malachite. Group 3 has sodalite. Oops. Group 4 has, I love the color of this, orange calcite. There we go. If you would like, take a moment, pause the video if you need to ponder and or meditate on which pile you would like to choose. Again, the timestamps are in the description box below, along with a lot of other information as well. Okay, for our group number ones, let's see what's going on with you all. Pop those to one side. And let's see, we've got the Nine of Cups in reverse. We've got the Four of Wands in reverse. We have the Chariot in reverse. We have Discernment, which is Waxing Gibbous number 1. It's a number 10 card. So one of potential endings. Stormfields, number 9. We have the 10 of Wands. And we have number 44, Visions of Life Beyond Death. I just love this card. Look at that. This is the Sacred Rebels deck by Alana Fairchild. Just look at that artistry. It's beautiful. Anyway, let's see what's going on with you guys. Okay, we have the Nine of Cups, which is reversed. So when the Nine of Cups is upright, it's all about, you know, that emotional comfort, stability, luxury. When it's reversed, it can talk about greed. It can talk about smugness. It can talk about dissatisfaction, you know, just generally feeling angsty about something, not quite in those more lower vibrational feelings, I should say. Now this could be a Cancer, Scorpio or Pisces around you, but because this is a general reading and will be for potentially for lots of people, it could be any star sign, of course. But you know, it's one of dissatisfaction and one of you know, wanting more than what you've got. You know, just those general slightly lower vibrational you know, energies that we get into sometimes when we think we need more than what we've actually got, right? Then we have the Four of Wands, which upright is all about celebration, could indicate marriage. But the Four of Wands is, you know, when it's reversed, it's talking about lack of communication, instability or conflicts, possibly around you or within your home. Excuse me. Now, again, this could be with Aries, Leo or Sagittarius. But again, it could be any star sign, really. But it is indicating that there is some conflict around you at this time of the new moon. Then we have the Chariot. Now, the Chariot upright talks about, you know, being fully in control of the situation. You know, you're steering the horses of where you need to go to. You've got full control over the situation. But in reverse, this card's indicating that there is some lack of control around you at this time. There is some, you know, advice here for you to step up and take charge, for you to rein in whatever is going on around you at this time. Now, it could be this is relating to a person with Cancer in their natal charts, but again, I'm getting more the feeling that it's actually asking you to step up and take charge of this situation. You know, and I'm not surprised by these cards that are on the table at this point in time, because, you know, as I said at the beginning of the video in the introduction that I did, this new moon is all about to bring forth some of these heated energies that, you know, may play out in different ways in all of our lives. But for me, I see there's some sort of conflict. There's some sort of, you know, struggle or angst between you and somebody else, or you're around that conflict. It may not be directly aimed at you, but, you know, you're definitely around that conflict, and it's impacting you and your vibration, right? Then we have discernment. And for me, this is asking you to use your discernment, right? It's asking me to trust your intuition, trust your inner knowing, right? This girl's head is all in the clouds. Her vision is obscured. All she really has to, discern where she's going and what she's going to do is this internal knowing that she has within her, right? And I think this is very sound advice for this particular group is if you find yourself in a situation this around this new moon, for you to, go within and really, before you act, think about what would be the best outcome for the situation that you find yourself in, and trust your intuition, right? Use your discernment to determine how you will act in this situation, not how you will react, right? When we react mindlessly, we often step into those more lower vibrational, more protective type energies, which can indicate, additional conflict or angst or unrest, right, within the situation that we find ourselves in. But this card's advice is definitely to rein in those energies and think about the situation before you move headlong into it. And this card again indicates that there's some sort of storm field on its way to you, and I do think it's based around conflict, either in or around you or between you and another person or persons. And we all have those situations in our life, right? None of us are happy chappies 24/7, right? We have times when our energies are not as well balanced as we would like, and we find ourselves in situations in conflict with others, before we even know it, right? Suddenly, we're suddenly there and we're, going for it. I know me and my husband in the past have well and truly embodied these feelings, right? Where we've, been in disagreement with each other, and instead of taking a step back and discerning what might be the right way to deal with this, in the past, I'm an Aries, right? So bang, I fire up and off I go, and and we're at it, in full disagreement. But as I've gotten older, I now tend to take this step back, and it comes with years of practice, right? And I don't always get it right. Even today, I don't always get it right. Sometimes I just bang react, and then regret it later on. So there's some sort of storm around you at this time, and again, as I said, I'm not surprised given the energies behind this new moon in Libra that are coming through. Then we have the Ten of Wands. Now, the Ten of Wands in the traditional Rider-Waite-Smith deck is, a person carrying these wands, very awkwardly. It looks very burdensome. But in this deck, I get a more of a feeling of lots of energies at play, lots of, different energies at play. And as you can see, there's 10 energies here on this card, and they're all doing something differently. They actually look like they're protecting what's in the middle, right? And that could well be it. But, it's different energies. They're all doing it slightly differently. They're all in different positions. They're all, doing what it is they're supposed to be doing in their own particular way. So for me, I'm feeling that there's lots of different energies at play at this time. And they're, and those energies may be protecting what is precious to them, right? Whatever's in this middle here. But the Ten of Wands is also one of an ending, right? So this is coming to a close. You're almost there. The Ten of Wands is the end of this journey. The Ten of Wands is, the final step before a new beginning can take place. So I think this is where you're heading. So as you know, in my readings, this card can either be, energies of the most recent past or energies of that you may be moving into in the near future. For me, I feel feel that this is where you're moving to. There is this situation that is brewing about and around you at this time, but it is going to come to a conclusion, you know, in the very near future around the new moon. So the Ten of Wands is definitely where you're heading. This situation needs to end. You know that, you know, you cannot be in conflict indefinitely, right? At some point, if you care deeply about the relationship and the people that you're in conflict with, then you will need to come to some sort of peaceful resolution where you can all put your wands down or put your swords down, you know, those verbal attacks, you know, let them go and move forward in more peace and cohesiveness. So this card, Visions Beyond Life and Death, I'll actually read from the guidebook for it because, you know, I get very many different feelings about this. My intuition's telling me that this is all about totems, right? This is all about, you know, the guides that you have around you at this time who are supporting you through this situation, right? We have the owl, which is of wisdom. We have the raven, which is of insight and you know, foresight. We have the peacock, who you know, is one of abundance and beauty. And then we have the wise woman, right? So the wise woman to me is all about, again, wisdom. It's all about knowledge and experience, right, that we've had during our lives. Now, we're all at different stages in our lives, right? So I'm just getting the guidebook. Sorry, I did forget to bring it down. There we go. So it's number 44, which reduces to an 8. And 8s are all about change. Okay. So this card says, sacred vision is awakening within you. You are becoming blessed with the ability to truly to see what is really rather than what appears to be. This is true insight. What was once considered consequential may soon be found to hold little consequence after all. What once was dismissed as irritation or irrelevance may be seen to have great spiritual significance. As mundane as something once appeared, it could now be worthy of absolute attention. The gift of genuine vision takes you into the being of the universal creator. This is a sacred terrain beyond logic, convention, and that which is limited in any way. The more you open you are to receiving true vision, the more love you will feel and recognize within and around you. Something may appear to change form, to be shed, to be lost, or to die, but there is love within it always. This realization doesn't remove the pain of loss. It does provide a way through which it can be healed and eventually transformed into peace. The vision of love and truth of all that is can move us more than anything else possibly can. If you've been wondering about your life path or whether you should take action on a project or you need inspiration to really move you out of a slump you have fallen into, then this oracle brings you a message of hope. You will receive your vision. You will be graced with a way out of the stagnancy. You will be able to see things differently. Oh gosh, it's very long. And more accurately. Any confusion or uncertainty you have felt is going to pass, and you will be left with clear insight. The stories you have been feeding yourself or telling yourself may end up looking different to how they appear now. This may surprise you, but the vision is coming to you that will be more truthful and therefore freeing. It will be worth the shock, surprise, or the moment of embarrassment when you realize you've been operating under false assurance or deluding yourself about the truth of a situation. Those moments will pass, and they are not something to feel bad about. They signify that you are leaving behind a smaller view for a more expansive one. They are a sign that you have outgrown your old vision in order to live in a bigger one. This is good. There might be a moment when your ego feels a bit dented, but sure enough, that too will pass. This oracle comes with additional guidance for you. You are being watched over by life and held in protection. Whatever has been bothering you will not be able to harm you. You will prevail. If you are concerned that someone is getting away with something or blocking your path, and it seems that there is nothing you can do about it, don't worry. The all-seeing eye of life perceives everything without exception. This is the universal mother with eyes not only in the back of her head, but in every living cell of life itself. She misses nothing. And the truth of her vision will always be met with justice, mercy, and wisdom. This oracle is also asking you to shift your perspective and look at the issue of concern a little differently. If you don't know how to do this, simply add the following statement to the end of the healing process below. I call upon the universal eye to show me the most helpful way to see the situation of concern now. In shifting how you look at things, the energy in what is beheld changes. You can see this with people. When you shame and judge someone, they react differently to when they are loved and encouraged. They may succeed nonetheless, but the journey to that success will be different. Look at something through the eyes of love rather than fear. You can help looking at something through the eyes of love rather than fear can help us find our way more quickly and easily and enjoyably. This oracle comes with the additional message that your ability to perceive is expanding into truth. Your ability to be inspired and see the light in all things is unfolding. It must be nourishing in your heart with loving acceptance, because you are going to help others through your vision, your art, and how you choose to be in the world. The healing process below will help you accept and anchor this developing gift. I'll hold up the healing process so that you can see that. If you want to take a snapshot, you may want to do so now. You may want to go ahead and do that healing process after this reading has completed. Very strong message there. Then for our heart and soul card, we have, this is the artwork. You're afraid to let go of something that is no longer working for you. There is a deep sense of duty or guilt, and you feel like you don't have a choice. The reality is that you do, and ultimately doing what you feel is right in your heart will be best for all concerned. Again, this is talking about using your discernment. This is, again, going with this card here that tells you to, trust your new vision, your new understanding, your new knowledge, your new beliefs that are coming to you at this time. Trust that you will know the right way to deal with whatever this situation is in play for you at this time. From the Woodland Oracle deck, we have opportunities. Unfurl like a fern, even without warm sunlight. So again, this is your opening yourself up to the opportunities that are around you, opening yourself up to the knowledge and wisdom and understanding that is now coming to you. Open yourself up to your discernment, your intuition, your inner knowing. Open yourself up and let these new energies come in and guide you in your situation that you find yourself in for this new moon in Libra. So the charms that we got for you was the laptop, the butterfly, and the cross, which is made up of 4 hearts. So first of all, the laptop. So this could be a situation for some of you that is in your work environment. It could be, you're dealing with a potentially toxic situation at work, or there could be some sort of conflict with a work colleague. It could also indicate that you need to do the work. So this, activity around opening yourself up, allowing these new energies, new thoughts, new understandings to come come through require effort, right? And this also can indicate that it's up to you. You need to do the actual work itself. Then we have the butterfly, and the butterfly to me is all about transformation. So this, I see this very clearly, and I feel it very strongly that this situation is going to be transformed into a more peaceful and a more beneficial situation. But it is going to take effort, right? You know, you need to, let in the guides and the spirits that wish to help you during this time. You know, you need to ask for their help. You know, they're always there with us, always, but they won't step in and change a situation for you unless you ask. You know, they fully understand that we have our own free will, right? What we choose to do is what we choose to do. One of the things that you could choose to do is to open yourself up and ask for their assistance to help this situation transform into something which is much more I want to say peaceful, much more peaceful, less conflict, less angst, less sadness, less, you know, anxiety around whatever it is that's happening with you. And again, the cross for me always, you know, it could indicate, you know, an organized religion, although for me it never does. For me, it's always about a spirit. It's all about tapping into the divine. It's all about opening up your channel between yourself and your spirit guides. And reminding you that they're there to help you. They're there to make this transition that you're going through, or this situation that you're going through, to transition into something much more peaceful and equitable is another word that's coming to mind. So, you know, call on spirit, ask for their help, ask your guides, your ancestors, you know, your angels, you know, and if you don't believe in any of that, then ask your higher self, right? Your higher self, it lives in this realm with these other beings, right? This is where it always is. It's always in that realm with them. It can see far ahead of, you know, a higher perspective of what is going on. We've only got our limited perspective of what we can see here in this realm, whereas your higher self is fully attuned and in line and with all those other beings in the other realms, and it can see quite clearly what needs to occur in this situation for it to be, you know, some peaceful resolution to be brought to this situation. So I think, yes, there's some angst. I'm not surprised at all, as I said before, about the cards here that are on the table. It fits in well with the energies that are predicted to be, you know, occurring at this time around the new moon. Be gentle with yourself, you know, be kind to yourself, be compassionate with yourself as you deal with these more difficult energies, and you know, trust your inner knowing. Ask for help if you need it. Yeah, I think that all will be good in the end. It's just you know, you've got to move through and past whatever this situation is for you, lovely group number ones. And that is all I have, dear ones. In love and light, I shall see you at our next reading. Okay, group number twos, for those who chose the malachite. I'll just pop these to one side if I can. There we go. Let's see what's going on for our lovely group number twos. We have the Two of Wands. We have the Star. Two of Wands is reversed. We have the Page of Wands upright. We have Focus, waxing gibbous number 5. We have the Home. I love this card. We have the Queen of Swords. And we have Collaborative Dreaming. Okay, so the first card that we have for the group number 2 is the Two of Wands in reverse. So when the Two of Wands is upright, it talks about or indicates, you know, being planning, thinking about the resources that you have and how you want to use them, making plans, you know, looking strategically at situations and seeing how you might want to move into those or use the resources that you have. So when it's reversed, it can indicate that there is a lack of planning. Some plans need to be made, some thinking needs to be done, and planning doesn't mean that you've got to sit down with a pen and paper and come up with a plan, right? A project plan. It could be as simple as actually just sitting down and thinking through the situation that it is at play around you and having, having a look at how you want to go about something and what you have to help you during that process. So yeah, some plans need to be formulated, or at least the very least thought about before you move forward. However, the star is all about hope. It's all about you know, fate, rejuvenation. You know, the star comes after the Tower card, right? So the Tower card is, you know, comes down, destroys everything, knocks it all down, and then, you know, the star comes in where we can see, where we're hopeful again. We can see that there is, you know, things we can work with to help build back up that particular situation which has been knocked down. It can also indicate, I should say, that your star is rising, that you know, people are going to be starting to take notice of you, starting to see you, starting to see your strengths that you have, and this could be in your work, personal life, relationships, however that's playing out for you at this time, but it is showing that, you know, you will be seen. A very hopeful, very beautiful card. Then the Page of Wands, you know, talks to me about you know, exploring new ideas. You're excited, you're feeling free and able to move in whatever direction you really feel like you would want to move in, right? And for me, this is a new inspiration, new ideas, new understandings and new thoughts that might come to you, new opportunities that are coming in. But more so, I think it's more inspiration, right? For me, it's more that you're getting those kernel of ideas that will set you off on a new course after that Tower's come through. But before you go wildly, you know, running after whatever it is that you have to do, just have a little bit of a think about what plans need to be put in place. What, you know, where are you going, right? Map out where you're going. You know, don't just run off into the nether without a compass, without a map, without food, without you know, shelter. You know, all of these things need to be collected and brought with you as you progress on this new journey, this you know, new understanding, new learning or inspiration that's come your way. And then we have focus. But this is all about, you know, once you get this spark, once you get this inspirational idea or this, you know, understanding or, you know, spark of energy and enthusiasm, you know, after you've done your planning, then it's going to require some focus. You need to be, you know, focused on what it is you're doing. You know, if your energies are really scattered and, you know, spread out all over the place, then it's very much more difficult for you to move easily through the situation that you'll find yourself in. You need to be focused. You need to rein in all those energies and pull them back into you. You need to then, you know, have a clear goal and destination in mind is what's coming forth for me. The Home card for me is all about, you know, for me, this represents you. You are your home, right? You have everything within you that you need. You have the wisdom, you have, welcome life, you have the life force, you have the protection you need. There's fairies around here as well looking after you, so those in the other realms are there with you, supporting you. And, it's the time of your life where, I believe whatever this is, it's now. This is the right time for you. For me, this card represents you, your physical, your mental, your emotional, your spiritual body. This is what this card represents for me. And it's 27, which, reduces down to a number 9, which is, a beautiful number of fruition, right? It's all about, harvesting all the benefits that you've worked hard on in your life up until this point. Then we have the Queen of Swords. So the Queen of Swords is very perceptive. She's clear-minded. She's quite a complex character. She's a very deep thinking person, and I think for me this embodies you, right? And for me, this card can indicate energies that you've been in the recent past, or energies that you're moving on into the near future. But for me, I'm feeling this is where you're moving to. You're moving to this much more clarity in your thought, much more clarity in your vision, much more clarity in your plans, your ideas, your dreams, your desires. You're getting, and will be getting, I should say, much more clarity around those. Very, very clear vision is what I'm getting for you. A really positive time, actually. Very nice. I really like the cards that are on the table for our lovely group number 2s. Now I'm going to read from the guidebook for the oracle card that we have on the table here. I don't want to lead you astray, but my understanding of collaborative dreaming is that, it's working with others, dreaming with others, working with others to bring that vision that you have to life. But I'll just read, it's number 28, so that I don't tell you the wrong thing based on what Alana wanted people to know. It's fairly long, so it is long. I might only read part of it. I'll see. Collaborative dreaming. Your heart is big enough to dream not only for yourself, but for a new humanity. Imagine a world that is healed with respect, understanding, and with community that fosters life. Even your dreams that relate to you alone will contribute positively to the greater good, because that is the nature of your heart. Your heart naturally and intelligently cooperates in the grand scheme of loving creativity. Working to heal the hearts of the world, the heart creates win-win situations that benefit the individual and the collective. You are being asked to honor your growing desire to co-create with consciousness, like-minded people. Your collaborative dreaming is a heart-inspired win-win, bringing mutual enhancement to yourself and others. The heart wants to love and be loved. Working with others creatively in this way will allow your heart to grow. It is a chance for you to learn how to honor yourself and others, and to find ways to live and let live, simply by growing and strengthening your active trust in your heart's guidance. You are asked to bear the rough patches that can happen when you work creatively with others. Ideas might clash and there can be friction, particularly if you have different ways of working. Sometimes big dreams need more fire to ignite them into reality. More fire might require more friction along the creative path. It is not meant to be a permanent condition, just an aspect of the creative process from which you can learn something useful if you wish. Your guidance is to embrace any experiences of friction or tension within yourself as you work with another, with compassion, detachment, and tolerance. Creative endeavours, particularly involving groups, can bring up unresolved issues about being valued, heard and capable. They can also trigger disputes about taking responsibility or inflame insecurities about being cast into unfamiliar roles of leadership or having to follow. This might happen for you, for others, or for all involved. The stronger the creative energy that flows, the more likely that triggering will take place. It is the nature of the creative energy to move in all directions. It doesn't just want to grow one project. Everything that comes into contact with it will grow. That means that the art and the artists are in the process of creation. This can be smooth, but it's more likely to be rough sailing, at least at times. This is not a sign that something isn't working, far from it. It is more usually a sign that the growth is happening and that you are feeling the growing pains. This oracle is guiding you to stay in your integrity, honor what you feel, and remember why you chose to open up to group endeavors in the first place, especially if the group involvement becomes more complex or challenging. Call on unconditional love each day and evening. It only takes a moment to do. I call on unconditional love. Please help and guide me at this project. So a very, very positive, card. And I do get the feeling, this inspiration, this energy of creation, as it said, it's going everywhere, right? It's not just with you. The energy of creation is expanding and growing, and, you're just harnessing the portion of it that you need. So very much so. Remain focused, look after yourself, look after your home, which is you, your internal self, your external self. Have some plans, trust that this is for the benefit of all. Trust that the hope that's coming from this, that you will make a difference. You are making a difference. You will get clarity of vision. You will get, that clearness, that understanding, that absolute focus that you need to be able to drive whatever this is forward for you in this time. This is your heart and soul card. You are a beautiful soul. Look within and you will see it. There is a pearl in your heart. Close your eyes and feel it. The most precious thing inside you. Calm your mind, meditate, and you will feel your soul's infinite spiritual realm. In looking within, you will never go without. And I think that's very sound advice, right? You do have everything you need within you at this time to progress, to grow, to nurture, to expand, and to be successful. So trust your inner self, trust your inner knowing, trust your strengths. Understand your weaknesses and work on those as well, right? We all have them. We're all human. None of us are perfect. We all have our strengths and our weaknesses that we need to, work on and improve over time. But definitely, look within, trust yourself. Very much a very positive reading for our lovely group number 2 so far. From the Woodland Oracle, we have music. There is a melody to be heard in the deepest parts of the woods, if only we listen. And for me, this is about listening to what's going on beneath the surface, right? If you are in conflict with somebody regarding, a project that you're working on together, or an activity that you're working on together, look below the surface. What we first perceive, what we first see is not always the truth of the situation, right? There may be other stuff going on. Go within, have a look, and trust your intuition, trust your inner knowing, and trust that you will be successful in whatever this outcome is that you're aiming for. And I can't pick them up. So the charms that were selected for you is the teapot, the moon, and the crab claw. So the crab claw for me, first, I'll deal with that. So the crab claw has a couple of meanings for me, right? The crab claw is all about strength. You know, if you've ever seen a crab's claw and seen them in action, just the power that is behind those claws, right? And how they can snap on and, hang on to what it is that they're trying to get hold of. The other feeling, and that is telling me that you have the strength within you, right? You embody that strength. It's part of your natural way of being. It's something that you can call on at all times to help you through any situations. The crab claw to me also reminds me of there are many different ways to get to what you're wanting to get to. You know, normally we work this way, but the crab can go that way. It can go sideways. You know, it doesn't always and very rarely moves in a forward direction, right? It can scurry and turn at will and try different ways of getting to where it wants to go to. Then we have the moon. So the moon to me is all about something being revealed. There is something you don't yet know or understand or see about the situation that is playing out in your life at this time. So something will be revealed. Something will be seen, understood. Somebody somewhere will tell you something, or you will get a piece of information that will enlighten you and bring you more understanding and knowledge around a situation in your life. And then we have the teapot. So the teapot for me is all about social encounters, right? It's all about having a nice cup of tea with some friends. It's about, sitting around the table, having a chat over a cup of tea. It's all about, getting together with people that you resonate with and having, very peaceful, loving, times with them. So very lovely charm there to have. So definitely lots of energy for you this coming new moon, group number 2s. Lots and lots of energy, sparks of inspiration, lots of movement. I think you just need to rein that in, get some focus, get that clarity of vision, as I said before, and move forward from there. Wonderful. That's all I have for you, dear ones. In love and light, I shall see you at the next reading. Bye. Okay, welcome group number 3. For those that chose the sodalite, pop these to one side. We have the Fool upright. We have the World, number 21, which is a number 3, which is all about creation and communication. That's reversed. Then we have Death, number 13, which is a number 4 card, which is all about stability, death and rebirth. Then we have Boundaries, which is number 12, and it's waxing gibbous 3. 12 again reduces down to 3. We have Field of Dreams, which is 21, another 3. So we have 3 3s here. So maybe the number 333 is important for some people. Maybe go have a look up on Mr. Google and see what he can tell you about the number 333. That may have some significance for some of you. Then we have the 7 of Cups, and we have a number 10, Releasing Allegiances. Okay. Wonderful cards, guys. Very wonderful. So the Fool, as we know, is the first card in the major arcana. It's all about that initial beginning, right? It's about setting off on your journey. It's about trusting where you're going. It's an innocence about you. There is a free spirit. You're willing to take risks. You're willing to go wherever this journey takes you, right? Then we have the Wheel in reverse, or the World in reverse, I should say. This means that something is not complete, which fits in well with the cards that I'm seeing on the table, right? But this journey, you've got a ways to go with this journey is what I'm feeling, But what I do know and what I do get from this card is that it will be successful for you. Whatever this is that you're planning on doing, starting, or have recently started, is going to end in a very successful manner. Just not yet. You've got a ways to go. Then we have death and rebirth. And again, this fits in with the Fool, right? So this is all about, you know, beginnings, change, things metamorphosing, you know, transforming, transmutation, all those sorts of things. A lovely new beginning filled with lots of positive energy. Really lovely cards that you've got for your tarot cards. Really lovely. Then we have boundaries, and this is, so when it's upright, it shows that you have really good, strong, firm boundaries around you. When it's reversed, it's calling you to put, to have a look at the boundaries that you have in place between you and others, and seeing if some of those could be, you know, sheared up, some could be, you know, made more stronger, or even put in place at all, right? You may not have boundaries in a certain area in your life, and it's calling for you to have a look at and see that those boundaries are strong. You know, when we begin the journey, right, very often we're so full of enthusiasm that we just want to get in and do it, right? We just want to keep moving. We just want to get going and get things done. But this is also calling you to have a bit of a look, have a bit of strategic look at things, and see, you know, how are you going to protect yourself on this journey? You know, what do you need to have in and around you to ensure that you know, a successful outcome is possible. So this is just calling you in particular to have a look at boundaries around that. Then we have Field of Dreams. Now, when it's upright, you know, you're tending to your dreams, you know, you're being very diligent, you're there. I mean, look at the imagery on the card, right? They're all there looking over, protecting what it is. And again, for me, this works in with boundaries, right? There may be, for me, you're not nurturing whatever this is as best as you possibly can be at this time. And it could be, again, in relation to your boundaries. You could need, you know, firmer boundaries in place, but it could also be in any area of the activity that you're undertaking. You know, there's some sort of, you know, nurturing that is required for this to be able to grow and develop and, you know, travel through and progress to a successful outcome. So lots of tending, lots of nurturing, lots of, you know, making sure that everything's on track and moving in the direction that you wish it to move in. It's not something that you can just set off and it automatically, you know, does what it does. This is calling for you to, you know, do the work that's required. Then we have the Seven of Cups, which for me talks about choices that can be made. You know, so often in the Rider-Waite-Smith decks, you see the cups, there's 7, you know, cups, and they've all got different things in them. And, you know, you have to make a choice, or you're spoiled for choices, right? And again, I think this is, you know, the possibility that choices need to be made. It could also be that, you know, you're not seeing things truly for what they are. There is some sort of illusion that is there that you're not seeing through at this point in time. So for some, this is a warning, right, that you know, for you to be able to progress with whatever it is that you're trying to do, you need to see clearly the situation for what it is. You know, break through those illusions, break through those delusions that you may have around a situation. And this is not a critical thing, right? We all have illusions and delusions at times, right? It's you know, we're not infallible. We're human beings. We all have, you know, both positive and negative aspects. We all had strengths and weaknesses. And sometimes our weakness is we want something so badly that we don't see it truly for what it is, right? And this is just asking you to have a better look, have a clearer look, you know, and but for most of you, it will be around a choice that needs to be made, or a choice of, you know, multiple options, right? But I do see that, you know, this is going to move through to a successful conclusion. So, you know, those choices that you make will be the right choices that need to be made. Just make sure that you take the time to look at the situation clearly for what it is. Then we have number 10, releasing allegiances. And I shall read from the Sacred Rebel Guidebook. Okay. Releasing allegiances. It's time to hold on to yourself and let go of another, even if just for a time. If you've gained all that was meant to be from that connection, at least for now, you have given and you have received. The need to let it go does not deny the value of what's been acquired. It's more that the time has come for greater productivity, creativity, abundance, and consciousness in your life. You have completed many cycles in the vibrational frequency of consciousness that you are now being asked to release. You have been in that vibrational frequency for some time now. You have earned the right to step out of that frequency, out of the habits, relationships, and possibilities that are limited to that outmoded frequency. It is now time to expand into higher frequencies of experience that will bring enhanced love, empowerment, and peace into your life. You will take the wisdom of what you have learned with you into something new connections, new relationships, new life experiences at a higher turn of the spiral of life. But first, you. Trust that you can step into the solitude for a time without being consumed by loneliness. It is time to reconnect with yourself. Perhaps you've had a period of outward orientation where your energy has been diverted away from the inner journey of self-discovery and creative self-expression and into the world of lists, schedules, demands. Trust that you may need to step back momentarily, even from your healthy relationships and commitments, to refresh your spirit by reconnecting with your own nature in solitude. Perhaps you have been giving so deep into the creative waters that you have lost your bearings or your energetic connection to the earth, your own life, and your needs in the here and now. Either way, you need to come back to the ground of your own body. This is a time for self-love, for paying attention to yourself, for nurturing, holding, and being with you. It doesn't mean you can't love another. It just means you need to turn your attention inwards for a time, for some quality time with you. You will emerge renewed, refreshed, and clearer about your journey and your relationships as a result of this. This oracle is also a confirmation that the work you have been doing on yourself is working for you. The level of your self-love is growing, and your ability to love consciously and healthily is increasing as a result. Some connections in your life will mature along with you, and your regard and affection will deepen and blossom. It will be revealed that other relationships are no longer relevant to your life's journey. You will know which is which because you will feel it. You will feel it most clearly when you have some time to be with yourself in reconnection. If you have been contemplating a change in lifestyle, enrolling in a class or joining a group, starting a new project, or setting aside time to focus on your inner work, then this oracle comes to you as confirmation that these things will be supportive, healthy, and helpful for you. This oracle also comes with particular guidance. There is a situation that has recently arisen or will arise soon where you need to back yourself. Boundaries. Don't be put upon or hoodwinked into backing down by the emotional reactions of others. Stand your ground and stay aligned with what you know to be true. No matter how wonderful something seems logically or on the surface, if it doesn't feel right for you, it is not for you at this time. Perhaps this will change and it will be right for you later. Perhaps you will step away and realize with relief that you had a lucky escape from a situation that would have ended up unnecessarily costing you. Either way, backing yourself and not giving in to the opinions of others, no matter how highly you would have rated that opinion in the past, is important. It is highly likely that you are breaking with tradition, with a role model or belief system that you have outgrown. You must therefore be yourself because you are doing well, you are on the right path, and you are growing. Well done. There is a healing process which I'll put there for you if you want to take a screenshot and do that later on. and then the rest of it is there. Let's see if I can get that in focus for you. Get that right. There we go. So very much fits in with the cards that we have on the table, right? Definitely a new beginning for you in some way. Definitely a new beginning. And you know, something moving forwards, and this can, and it is a significant one because, right, these are all major arcanas, right? This is not just some little change that's coming for you in your life. This is a major change. Something major is occurring in your life at this time, one that is of you know, the ending and rebirth of something into new, as this card suggested, right? This could be you internally, it could be a situation that's playing out in your life. Really, really positive cards. Then we have your soul, heart and soul cards, or card, I should say. Something will be revealed in a dream or through someone you trust. The information sheds light on something that has remained hidden from you for some time. Suddenly the missing piece of the puzzle appears and you are able to see the bigger picture. So something is being revealed, something new is beginning. From the Woodlands Oracle, we have humility. Flowers are unaware of each other's beauty. They bloom regardless. And I think that's an important message for everybody, right? Too often we get caught up in the comparison with other people. You know, too often we you know, we bring ourselves down by feeling that we're not good enough, where you know, we don't meet these false expectations that we've placed upon ourselves based upon how we see others, right? And we forget that we are us. It is our journey. We can only be us. We can't be them. We don't want to be them. We need to remember that, right? We need to remember that we can only be the best version of us that we can be, based on our capabilities, our knowledge, our understanding, our beliefs at that particular time, right? And these may change, they may develop, and they may grow, which I think is what's happening for you guys, right, number threes. There is some sort of major shift or change that is occurring in your life for this new moon coming up on the 17th of October here in Australia and the 16th in the Northern Hemisphere. You know, there is something significant that is shifting within you, but remain true to who you are. Don't try and be something or someone that you are not. Trust that what you are is enough. It is more than enough. What you bring to the table is uniquely you. Treasure that, honor that, and I think that once you get into that place of true self-acceptance and self-love, that you know, great progress will be made. Now, the charms that we have for you guys is the peacock, the cat, and the lock. So for me, let's talk about the lock. Now, the lock is locked and we don't have the key yet. So for me, I think there's something else that needs to happen, some information that you need, some knowledge that you need to get, some understanding that you need to come to that will enable you to unlock this lock. I do think that, again, because we've got the World card in there, I absolutely believe that you will be successful. You will find the key. You will find that knowledge, understanding, or belief, or, you know, the person or the thing that you need to be able to make the progress that you need and bring it round to a successful conclusion eventually, but you don't have it right now. So, and it may be with the new moon that this information becomes clear, right? It could be even with this decision that you need to make with the seven of cups, right? Or this illusion that you're seeing through at this time could be the thing that unlocks this lock for you at that particular time. Then we have the cat, right? And the cat to me is all about independence. It's all about intuition. So, you know, trusting your intuition, trusting your inner knowing, excuse me, trusting your inner guidance system, and trusting that you know what's best for you, and thinking independently, being independent in your thoughts, in your actions. You know, by all means, ask for advice, ask for help. Don't not to do those things, but before you make the decision on how it is you're going to progress, consult yourself first. Make sure that what you're doing, based on all the information that you have at hand, it is also in alignment with you. And that, trust your intuition. If someone tells you that it's, red, yellow, and green, and you know that it's red, yellow, and blue, then, thank them for their advice, for their input, but trust your intuition to know that what you know is the truth for you. Very strong and powerful message, and I think that sits well with these releasing allegiances message, right? Trusting that inner knowing, trusting what you need to let go of, trusting what you need to pull towards you, trusting who you need in your life during this time, trusting who you need to release, right? And then we have the peacock. So the peacock to me is all about abundance, right? And that's because, I don't know if I can get that in focus now. There we go. The peacock is all about abundance and beauty as well, right? So, know that you will have lots of abundance as part of this journey. Lots of, there will be lots of beautiful times, lots of, you will see the beauty that is around you. You will see the abundance that is around you, very much so, that this will become part of your awareness. Quite often we move through life and we don't take the time to really look at what's going on around us, right? We're so busy in the doing. We're so busy in the, taking those steps that we need to take, that we actually forget to look at the situation that we're in, to look at, the beauty and abundance that surrounds us every day. Even in our most darkest times, there will be something of beauty around us that we can latch onto. There will be, there will be signs of abundance there for us as well if we choose to see them, right? And that's quite often that when we're in that mindset of, struggle, of lack, of working hard, of, just getting it done because you've just got to get it done, that we don't take the time and we don't see what's there truly around us at that time. So a really, really wonderful reading for our group number 3s. Really positive aspects, positive energies, some really good advice that's being presented here for you. I wish you all the best on this new phase, this new journey, this new job, new career, however it's going to manifest in your life. I wish you all the best, dear ones. And that's all I have for you. I'll see you next reading. In love and light. Okay, our group number 4s, for those who pick the orange calcite. Sorry, I just didn't deal these in the right order. There we go. I'll just pop them to the side for the time being. Let's see what's going on for our lovely group number 4s. We have the Hanged Man. We have the King of Swords, and we have the Nine of Swords. We have Nourishment, Waxing Crescent, number 5. It's a number 7 card. So 7 could represent faith, belief. We have Into the Unknown, number 7. We have the Knight of Swords. And we have number 23, Defend to the End, the Worthwhile. And this is 23 reduces down to a number 5, which is possible adversity or challenges, conflict maybe. Those of you, I would, we've also got a number 77 here, so I would also, if you're interested in the numerology side of things, you could look at the number, master number 77, or ask Mr. Google, find a source that you resonates with you, and see what that message may have. It may add more to what I'm offering here today. Okay, so we have the Hangman. So this is telling us that something is on hold at the moment for this new moon, which is occurring on the 17th of October here in Australia, and well, exactly where I am anyway, and on the 16th of October for those in the Northern Hemisphere. So the Hangman, something has come to a standstill. It's requiring a deeper knowing or a deeper understanding or a change in perspective before this situation can pick itself back up again and some movement can be made. Then we have the King of Swords. Now, the King of Swords is someone that's in their power, right? They, you know, they know their truth. They have a very clear vision. He's intellectual. He's truthful. He's powerful. This is someone in their power, right? And I think that for a lot of you, there's been a period of time where this Nine of Swords has been playing out in your life, where you've had some anxiety, you've had some worry, you've had some concern. There may have been some conflict, which is, you know, upsetting you internally. But I feel that this time, you know, and if we look at this card, you know, there's the 9 of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There's 8 black ravens or crows, but there's one white one, right? And there's hope coming in. There's light at the end of the tunnel. This worry, this anxiety, this whatever is you know, possibly making you lose sleep at this point in time, this situation is definitely moving, and it will move when you get clarity around this situation. You get a different perspective, a different handle on how to navigate or you know, work through this situation that you find in, and I think you're going to get that. You're going to move into this King of Swords power. Now, the King of Swords could represent an Aquarius in your life, but because this is you know, a full a reading for potentially for many people, it could be anybody in any star sign, right? But at the end of the day, I think this is the power that you're going to embody. That's the feeling that I actually get. And if we have a look at the animals that are on here, right, we've got the owl for wisdom, we've got the raven or the crow for insight, we've got the bat for clarity, you know, that inner vision that because, you know, they see with their radar sensors, and we have the you know, the dragonfly for breaking through that illusion, the illusions that we have about situations, right? So lots of positive attributes there that will help you once you start to move towards and embody those energies. This situation will fall away. And nourishment in reverse is asking you to take the time to nourish yourself. Make sure that you're doing things which support you, support your body, support your mind, support your spirit, support your emotions. Make sure you have practices that you do regularly that will nurture you, will help you be and feel the best that you can be and feel during this time. So very, very sound advice there. This card, the 7 into the unknown, is all about trusting what you cannot see, right? For me, she's got the key in her hand, right? She's got the key to the lock, and she's able to move through and find her way around the situation that she's in. She's not there alone. She's got the bird with her. So for me, that indicates that spirit's on our side. He's there, or he or she, I should say, spirit, is there with us as you're moving through this journey, and it is taking a leap of faith, right? It's taking, because you can't see what's coming up for you at this point in time, it's asking that you trust the situation, you trust yourself, you trust spirit, you move forward in a trusting way, however that manifests for you at this time. Then we get the Knight of Swords, sorry, and this is all about action, right? It's all about speed. It's all about ambition. So this could be playing out in your work life, but not necessarily. I'm not feeling that overly strongly, but this is about you taking control, right? You're there, you're raring to go, you've got your sword at hand, you're ready to take action, you're ready to do whatever it is. Once you get this clarity, once you get this different perspective, and this anxiety or this worry or this concern or this confusion even moves away, then you're ready, you're good to go, right? You've got everything that you need, and you can then make that commence that progress into what it is that you wish to do at this time. Then we have Defend to the End, the Worthwhile. Now, my intuitive reading is this card is that stand up for what you believe in, right? You know, if there is something close to your heart that you know for an absolute truth for yourself, then stand up for that belief. But I'll read the guidebook so that I don't lead you astray, because you know, it's not my oracle, it's Alana Fairchild's, and it is the Sacred Rebels Guidebook. Defend to the end, the worthwhile. Let's get that in shot. There we go. Beneath the illusions, pretty as they may seem, you will know what's real. Beneath the lies, sweet as though they may sound, you will know what is worthwhile. All that is genuinely and truly essential for the heart to throb with life is worthwhile. Anything that dulls it or suffocates it, its vibrant aliveness must be questioned and challenged, and more than likely cast aside, for the heart is our key to living an authentic life. What is there once that is What is there once that is compromised, without its foundation of truth, we are to be forever lost in confusion, despite, and despair. You are a sacred warrior, a defender of the heart. You have cried genuine tears of your own grief and also the grief of the world. You have raged at the injustice and the oppression in your own life and in the world. You have felt the need to protect the presence of love, for whilst it is exceptionally powerful, it can be too easily smothered under lies and fear. The sacred warrior must not heed the dangerous voices that say, oh, stop being so sensitive. Stop making such a big deal out of things. Love is the biggest deal there is. What else is worth being so sensitive about? The sacred warrior is vigilant that the presence of love is not chipped away by fear, criticism, doubt, or untruths. Even if others find the unflinching honesty of your feelings difficult to handle, even if those feelings are expressed with gentleness, compassion, the sacred warrior honours the task of being more faithful to love than to anything else. This includes the fear of loss. Actually, it includes the fear of anything at all. This oracle brings guidance to honour even the smallest steps in your path of the sacred warrior. There is no less important than the more noticeable or dramatic actions on the path. One single misstep can begin a landslide of great devastation. Being vigilant with what is meaningful and what is truthful, even in the smallest and seemingly most insignificant ways, strengthens the sacred warrior and prevents darkness from gaining a stronghold from the inside. The darkness will be intelligent and sneaky. It will tell you that it doesn't matter, that this one time you can forget what you promised, that you are just one person and that you can't make a difference anyway. The darkness will lure you into sleepy ambivalence and dull your light if you allow it to. The sacred warrior within will fight with love and honour to be true to what has meaning, and never ever allow it to be cast aside, even if it seems easier in the moment. The sacred warrior finds joy and humour in life to prevent the seriousness of the task from stifling the heart that just wants to live and be free. That joy brings strength to the warrior and an expanded, relaxed awareness that can sense the presence of fear, whether it is masked as anger, hate, or doubt, and immediately respond to it with fierce compassion. The sacred warrior will not allow fear to gain a stronghold within the heart. This oracle has a special guidance for you. You are being asked to stay strong and stand your ground. This might be a big emotional journey that feels like a fight for your life. It may be in a matter that does not seem to hold much importance. Perhaps, for example, you are contemplating an idea that you feel could be something, but those around you declare that it is nothing. Nothing much, too impractical, too little, or too much. However, what is happening or soon will be happening is worthwhile. So hold on tight. Ask for help through the healing process below. Stay tuned to the warrior of love that you need to defend to the end, and all that is worthwhile. This oracle card gains even more significance for you if you have also drawn the new birth guarded vigilantly in your reading. If you intuitively feel guided to read those messages for this card, do so after you complete this healing message. Now I'll bring that up and bring it in focus for you in case you want to take a screenshot. And do that healing if you wish after we've finished. A really, really powerful message, and I think one that fits in well with the cards that we have on the table here. Very, very powerful message. Be strong. You know what's right. Don't let others, chip away at you. Don't let others' opinions cause you anxiety and grief when you know what you know to be the truth of the situation. Trust your heart. This is the heart and soul card. This is the image. Every challenge provides an opportunity to discover a deeper meaning to life. Each challenge can be a gateway to something greater. Use your intuitive and creative powers. Many solutions exist. Move beyond fear. And you'll discover that there are no limits apart from the limits that we have placed on ourselves. A very, very powerful message, and one that I think works well with the messages that we have on the table so far. You know, trust yourself, trust your heart, trust your knowing, trust your intuition, trust that you're on the right path, doing the right thing at the right time. The message from the Woodlands Oracle is journey, branch out into new worlds. So this is trusting yourself, right? If your heart's telling you to go one way, trust that. Trust your inner knowing. Ask for help, ask for assistance, but also before you make any decisions, trust you beyond all else, right? Then we have the charms that we have for you, the love, the coconut tree or the pine, palm, coconut palm. That's what I'm trying to think of. And the little bunny rabbit. So first of all, the bunny rabbit. To me, that's all about, abundance, right? If we look at the rabbit in itself, it is a very abundant animal. It breeds really well. There's, have two and then you've got 2,000 sort of thing. So I think this is a time of lots of abundance, lots of growth, lots of birthing of new ideas, understandings, right? But the rabbit to me is also about comfort. It's also about, holding on to what brings us comfort. And quite often that is trusting your heart, trusting your knowing, and making sure that whatever you're doing over here with nourishing yourself brings you comfort and contentment. But definitely abundance is also calling out, as is the palm tree, right? The coconut palm tree. So the coconut palm tree for me is all about abundance as well. So this path that you're on is a path of abundance. It's one where, it could be bringing you great physical abundance, but it could also be bringing you abundance in any or all areas of your life, relationships, friendships, love, lots of abundant feelings, all of those sorts of things. So definitely an abundant time for you, this new moon. And then we have love. So, and this fits in right with the defend to the end, the worthwhile, right? So, you know, the meaning of that was all about love. Whatever you're doing, you know, the center of whatever you're doing here is the heart and is of love. You know, if you keep that at the center of your being in whatever it is you're trying to achieve, whatever it is you're trying to do, then, you know, you won't go wrong. You know, if love is at the center of all you do, then your relationships will heal, your relationships will, you know, be soothed, your friendships will be smooth. You know, when you act with compassion and love towards yourself and towards others, then only those nurturing, more fulfilling, more satisfying, more, you know, heart-centered feelings will come forth for you at that time. A really, really beautiful reading, I think. One of great progress, one of great strength that is coming your way, one of great understanding and clarity, group number 4. A really, really lovely reading. You know, you're getting past some period of in your life where there has been anxiety, conflict, worry. You know, that the new, you know, bird of love, of peace is coming in to smooth the way for you. Just remember to keep, you know, love at the center of your being. Love for you, love for others, love for the situation that you're in, and trust yourself above all else, and, you know, get the nourishment that you need. Do the practices that support you physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. A beautiful reading, lovely group number 4s. Well done. I shall see you in love and light at the next reading. Take care. Bye.